Welcome to TCF Radio. This is episode 11. I got my guys with me. I got some great people with me.
Oh, yes.
Y'all familiar with King Jeff in the building, baby? You know what I'm saying? I got the Queen Liv. To my right.
Yes.
The Queen.
The Queen.
Seen her on social media out here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are too much.
And you know it's me, Zay from TCF. So how y'all doing out there, man? Hope y'all doing good. This is fun. This is
Special.
dope.
This is
Special.
a good group.
This
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
We've all been like talking and acquainted, you know what I mean, for about a couple months now. I just love being next to these guys because they just embody and represent, you know what I mean, the path and the vision I have for myself right now. So man, this is a special one. I'm really happy to be here with you guys.
Absolutely.
I know we're all a little nervous, but
Once we start talking, we're good.
Yeah,
it's just the flow.
We can. I want everybody to introduce ourselves, just for our new listeners. Welcome back for our existing listeners. For our new listeners, we'll start off with Jeff. Let them know about yourself a little bit.
What's up? Hey, what's up, guys? Jeff Copey here, fitness and nutrition coach, voice for the voiceless. Super excited to be back on TCF Radio. Hopefully, it's more of a regular thing.
Oh yes, 100%.
And I'm just so grateful for the platform that Zay has created to let us speak, and any questions that you guys have, we're gonna answer today. So I'll pass it over to the Queen herself.
Oh my God.
This social media.
I feel like I don't even know how to start introducing myself after that. Well, okay, my name's Olivia. If you don't know me already, I was not ever the type of person that was like, hey, this is me, look at pictures of myself. But like, here we are, shit happened.
Heck yeah.
So
yes.
I'm Olivia Harrington 21 on all social media platforms if you want to check me out. I work with different like fashion, lifestyle, beauty brands. I'm kind of content creator / blogger, and that's how I got in contact with Zay, because I saw all this dope stuff he was doing with streetwear, and I was like, I want to be a part of this. So here we are.
Yeah.
I got the t-shirt on, and I
Let's
can't
go.
say when we got
Let's
shoots
go.
coming.
Let's go. That was pretty dope though.
You probably weren't expecting that. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Not one bit. I was at work. I was at the dispensary. I think I was even like stickering like some carts or whatever, but I was just working. And I looked at my phone and I'm like I always like the way people approach me is like everything. So like when I got the message,
it speaks a lot about how they are how you introduce yourself, or like how you introduce the conversation.
No, for sure. Like how you introduce yourself, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about me or respect me. But the approach is everything. And once I saw it, I'm like, yo, like, no. And then I looked at your page and I'm like, you're already on your shit. So it's like, it's perfect, though. Because like a lot of females have like reached out too, and like to either like, and I always am welcoming, advice or just new styles or new things to do. But I don't know, like you have the proof and you have the work ethic, the drive. So it was like everything to this point is just written. You know what I mean?
God,
like
I appreciate that so
like
much.
we I definitely welcome more women inclusion, definitely with the company, with as far as just upping the diversity of the product line and more shoots. Like I love to empower women, so like definitely absolutely. I think you'll be like
I will take that and I'll run with that, man.
Come on, man, that's you. You know what we're talking about.
We got that in the bag already.
For sure.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Absolutely. And hey, for you guys watching, young entrepreneurs, maybe you see something more for yourself other than just a 9-to-5 or doing whatever it is your parents told you or going to college. Get your notebooks out, because these guys powerful. There's gonna be some nuggets here today, so
don't be modest, man. We all got gems to drop today. We all got some gems to drop today. Really, like I couldn't be in better company. You know what I mean? We've all been around people who kind of do their thing or have been at a certain level with their. That's why I respect you guys, though, is because even though we may be in like minuscule individual lanes, like we all are eager to learn from others and like people in our profession. It's just a beautiful, it's a dope energy to have. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people like
especially at this age.
No.
Especially at the age that we're at now, I feel like that's when you start to see like people start going in the I want to go have fun all the time, or I want to get my life together, and you start to realize like who are the people that are going to be riding with you as you get successful, and who are going to be the ones that just want to go have fun with you. And it's like, that line is something you got to find because it's very important. I feel like, especially at the ages that we're all like in your early 20s, mid 20s, like that's the crucial years that you got to figure that out.
And speak on that real quick for all my young kings and queens out there. What was the switch right there? What made you decide that, hey, instead of, you know, when my friends are playing video games, I'm reading. When my friends are out partying, I'm doing business work. What was the switch for you?
Honestly, I feel like it's like a bit of a long answer, but like I'm going to summarize it a little bit. I feel like what really was the switch was, it wasn't just like, oh, this is what I kind of want to do. It was like, okay, like everything in my life changed and pointed me into this direction of like, this is what my life is now. So it's like, do I choose to go bring me something temporary joy that's going to be fun for like an hour? Or do I do something that I know not only brings me a purpose, but also will give somebody else a purpose some way? So that's how I look at it. It's like, more or less, you got to look at your odds. I'm not saying don't go have fun with your friends, because I just was up north for a week, took off work, and we celebrated Michael's birthday, and I was with my friends like up north for the 4th and things, and it's like, don't miss out on opportunities, but also choose what's going to better you in the long run. Like,
there's a difference,
it's a balance,
too. Yeah. Because that's just, you know, blowing out some steam. That's having a little fun. If you honestly can say that you have not bettered yourself in any kind of way during this pandemic,
that's a very good point.
Then that's the difference. You know what I mean? It's a difference between taking a week off when that's all you do is grind, or you know you put in the work. But if you have done nothing but literally sit around this pandemic, I feel sorry for real, because honestly I can't myself. Like it's too much to get after. It's too much to take advantage of right now. It's damn near free money available right now. I mean, and even if you're not receiving that, like, it's no excuse. It's really no excuse. So, you know, it's, I don't know, you know, to all my aspiring, you know, entrepreneurs, young kings and queens, like, y'all, it's just, it starts somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, what you talk about that, Jeff? What was the switch for you? What was when it, you know, it just,
when it hit?
And it hit.
It hit for me when I went to a seminar and I seen a lady my age, young lady. She might have been a couple years older, I don't know. She walked across the stage and she said, you know, I just made $10,000 last month. This is how my life is. You know, I have time freedom and all that stuff. And I'm like,
that's where I start listening.
I'm like, would she say $10 or $10,000? What she said? I never heard of that before. So, and in my head, I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to school for 8 to 10 years. Probably closer to the 10, because your boy wasn't too good at school, you know. And I'm going to try to become a physical therapist. I don't even know if that's my passion, really. But it opened up my mind to more. There's more out there, and whatever my passion is, whatever it is, I can go after that. And I can get the bag, and I can show other people how to get the bag. So that was the switch. That was the switch for me, you know, just surrounding myself around people who are better than I am.
That's a very good point.
No, that's super key. I feel like you it's kind of natural, you know, for everyone. You kind of gotta run your race. You know what I mean? Like you told me before, run your race as fast as you can, and just literally follow your intuition. Because I'm not gonna lie, man, I was kind of directionless, but like kind of thought that's where I wanted to be when I'm at Eastern out in Ypsi, and it took me like a year or two where I was kind of just like stuck in the mud and just had to figure it out. But like, you know, everybody has their own natural progression. Don't force it, but like also want better for yourself. And then, you know, those, you know, signs in your life will stop popping up to where you're seeing like, yo, like, okay, I can really follow like what I'm doing. You know, I don't really need to listen to anybody else's advice. That's super key. Super key.
No, I mess with that really heavy. And I just think that, you know, people will try to put their limitations on you, and I
100%.
Yeah,
people put what they can't accomplish on you, like you're not gonna succeed, and that's what like I want to speak on for a second, because like
go crazy, let's go.
In real quick. I grew up in a family where we had like run our own businesses. I grew up in like the restaurant industry, and we were always like middle class, normal, whatever. But one thing like I will say is like my dad has gone through different restaurants, things have happened, and not everything's always worked out. So, and he has this, I think, thought process of not that he's not encouraging me, but he's like, be careful, because he's seen failure, whereas I look at things as I'm going to go until I fail, and then when I fail, I'm going to figure out how to get back up and keep going.
Learn from it.
Because I look at it as like this, like, success is not a matter of how many times you achieve your goal. It's a matter of how many times, like, you're faced with something you weren't expecting and you get back up and keep going with it. Because it's like, nobody just, like, gets it. Like, everyone that you know in any sort of sport, like, I mean, movies, I mean, business, they struggle in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. So it's in the struggle, I feel like you find your real version of yourself anyway. So
say it again. Say it again.
That's dope.
That's dope. Struggle, you find the real version of yourself.
It is. It is though.
That's why I like having you. That's why I'm like, I think it's really important that like people pay attention to like what she's saying. I love having Liv here, this dynamic, because like what you're doing and like what you do is very like unnormal. Like a lot of people, you know,
have no clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your family has your family has businesses, so you could easily take over the business and keep that running, but you chose not to. You chose to follow your own path and not, you know, really loot off their success, but start your own wave. Like that's powerful to me, because you're literally stepping out of like the matrix, you know what I mean, and just finding what it means for you. You know, that's dope to me. That's super dope. That's super diverse.
And I hope that encourages other people to like remember to not stay in the comfort zone that you're in. Like, nothing exciting happens in your comfort zone. Like, the things that scare the shit out of you are the things that are going to be the most beneficial. I swear. I don't know why. Every time it works that way, like the things that you're like, oh my God, I don't know how about this is about to go down. Like, that's what ends up being like the best opportunities. I swear. And it's like, that's why you just got to go with it. When things seem hard, you just got to keep going, because if it's something that's worth it to you, like, don't be afraid to step out of the norm. Right. You know what I mean? So
I think only people that have like chased their dreams a bit and even like attacked those fears can feel what you're saying for real. Because lately, like, the shit that scares me or makes me nervous, like, man, it excites me at the same time. Exactly. I just push myself into it like full force, because it'd be like a whole different feeling, you know what I mean, on the other side. Like, it's just a whole vibe, man.
I got a buddy out in California, and their team name is Get Uncomfortable Squad.
I like that a lot.
You know, and I was like, man, can I use that?
She has got that trademark.
Yeah, that's sweet. No, I think that's what it's about, man. Just like you said, getting out of your comfort zone. Really, it's a lot of benefits on the other side of that. Yeah,
definitely. So I'd say that almost leads us right into the first question.
Yeah,
sure.
Go ahead.
For sure. We got from Jeff's Instagram account. We have the first question here. For people who are not aware, what are your paths, and what is the inspiration behind it?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. We can do that.
Okay, so let me just. I'm the type of person that's got to reread the question.
Yeah.
All right. So I feel like, how do I even start this? I think, to be honest with you, my path is wherever I want it to go. Like, my end of the day goal is to inspire other women to be like their most beautiful, confident self, to provide them things that maybe they wouldn't be able to find on their own, sustainable clothing, brands they may not have found before. So my entire mission is just making people feel like a better version of themselves, man or woman. It doesn't have to be just girls. Like, there's guys who I've talked to on Instagram who have messaged me, and one of my buddies is like into music producing right now, and I shout him out sometimes, and we go back and forth and do stuff like that, and it's just like, do what you want to do, but at the same time, like, I'm trying to cater toward girls, but I'm also trying to open my audience up to anyone who wants to hear. And I feel like the inspiration behind all of that is I didn't really know what I wanted to do 6 months ago. Like, to be completely honest with you guys, like,
that's powerful.
In January, I was not here at all. Like, not even doing this. Like, I literally was at Wayne State going to get my degree in supply chain management. I had my scholarship that was going to pay for school completely. A day in, my transcript was sent over 1 day too late, they told me, and my school was not going to get paid for, and I had to drop all my classes.
That's God.
Yeah.
That's God. Come on now.
So
that was supposed to happen.
Exactly.
Woo,
and that's what that's why I like to include that story.
Man.
Anytime somebody asks where or how, that happened. Before this even occurred, something had to literally stop me in my tracks and be this is not right, to point me into what I was doing, and it's been history since then. The amount of people I've met in these past 6 months have become my best friends. The relationships I made with different people who work in the industry, Zay and I known each other most of our high school years and never talked before, and now we're working together. It's just
powerful.
I don't know. That's kind of my story and how I kind of got here, and that's why I say don't give up. Things are gonna be a roadblock, but just go with it. So I think Zay, what do you think about that question?
No, that's I love this question just because I agree totally. What you said, I feel my path. My path is honestly, a little bit of what you're saying, just empowering people and just being a source of inspiration and kind of what Jeff said, just being a voice for the voiceless. Because we all from Monroe County, we all trying to make it big and do it big for our family. So I feel I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. That was my vision for myself. It always felt right, but it always felt distant. So my path, I had to, just all of us, I had to go through school and lose money and go into a little bit of debt, and just kind of be in the dumps for a little bit before I'm working full time. And then I just announced to the following all right, I'm about to make a clothing brand. And the first year was absolute grind, but the past year or two has just been crazy. It's Liv said, in January, I was in the partnership with Do Better. I didn't have a lot of money for my personal things, but the business was doing pretty good with the level up for the branding. I was working my ass off to pay for the partnership and myself, and the pandemic ended up hitting, and just people don't even realize, just from 6 months ago, the constant transformation you got to go through and keep pushing yourself towards, or else you constantly gonna be basking on your old accomplishments, which is super corny to me. Not super corny, but personally, I just love to constantly create and constantly inspire, for people. And I feel that's why, I am where I am, and amongst, great energy like you guys. So that's my literally inspiration is just being able to do stuff like this, work with who I want to, work when I want to. I'm at the farmer's market twice a week now. It's crazy how shit happens. So I feel that's just my path. I'm here to inspire, empower, and literally just, be a voice for, our community, literally.
Absolutely.
I love that.
How about Jeff? I need you. Come on, follow that. I know you got some gems.
That's hard to follow up on. Come on now. Both of them, they was killing that.
Man.
But, for me, it was, my path is to just spread as much love and self-worth and care to as many people as possible. And I use the nutrition and the fitness as just a platform. That's just my platform. That's just what I'm good at.
I love that you say that, though.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the platform I'm using to help inspire people and bring confidence back to people and just show as much love. I will not stop until every person I come in contact with just feels love.
Feel that love.
And it's crazy to me, man, because that's what I'm about, man. It's all love. I've had people tell me you're too nice, and I'm like, what? That's
that's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird.
That's a thing.
Or you're a people pleaser.
Yeah.
I've gotten called that one before.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, that's me. No, that's what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna love you even harder now because I could tell you need love. So that's what it's about, man. And I just realized the people in my community, they don't eat from people talking anymore. They eat when people go out and they show them how to eat.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. So that's what I'm about right now, and that's that's what you're getting out of me. Love no matter what.
No,
so, and then the inspiration behind it, honestly, guys, is I couldn't narrow it down to just one thing. It's just who I am, and I feel that's what we need, and that's what God put on my heart. That's what God is using me.
Following your heart.
So that that's me right there.
To follow up with that, I think this next question goes well with the flow of the convo. Let's see here. the question is, do you have a morning routine? If so, what is it? And how do you, like, just carrying that energy, like, what does your day look like to keep and, you know, instill that, you know, love inside yourself and even be able to give it out without taking too much out of yourself? How does your day start? What's your morning routine?
Okay, so, you know, it does switch, and we were having a conversation about this, is that, you know, that morning routine will switch. But for me right now, what it looks like, you know, and this is honestly a perfect morning for me. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll work out. Other days I'll push it back in later of the day if I'm working out with somebody. But I'll take a 20 to 30 minute walk with the Creator, just praying, you know, praying for people, praying about situations. And honestly, it switched a lot for me. A lot of anxiety and a lot of all that stuff that comes with it. And it kind of shoves it out the door because, you know, it's in God's hands now. Then I'll read. Right now I'm reading the book, You Are a Badass. I just finished Change Your Mindset, Change Your Life by Garen Jones. So... and then I definitely got to eat. Your boy has got to eat. I'll have my shake. I'll have tea. You know, wake me up, give me some energy, feel good. And I just focus. The mornings are for me. So here's something that I challenge anybody out there: wake up 2 hours before you have to be at your first thing. If you have to be at work at 9, be up by 7. Or earlier.
Yes, sir.
And just take that time to work on yourself and mold yourself. And 90 days later, if you do that and you just focus on you,
hey,
man, you're going to be feeling completely different about yourself.
No, literally, bro, because I remember when I was working at, like, the hotels, like, in Ann Arbor, and I would literally, like, wake up, like, or if, I wouldn't always do it, because honestly, I'm not the type to, eventually I grew out of it, but I would deadass, like, wake up an hour and a half before I got to be there, and that's nowhere near enough time, especially when you got transportation as well. But the difference between, like, doing that and now I'm pushing myself to be up maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, wee hours of the day, and look at the kind of results, you know what I mean, you can push out of yourself. Like, your morning is everything. Your morning is literally everything. Like, it sets the tone. Like, I dang near, like, have anxiety if I don't, like, go through my motions of the day.
Run us through it.
So I'll wake up. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I check my phone for immediate stuff I need to apply to, like my family or boop 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 whatever. So I'll be on my phone. Maybe, like, I try not to go past, like, the 3 or 4 or 5 minutes mark, because I know, like, your brain is in, like, this theta mode, like, when you first wake up, and ultimately it's your subconscious taking in a lot. So I try to wake up as fast as I can. I listen to, like, affirmations. So this is just what I do. Like, you know, you can do what you do, but
I gotta apply that.
I go on YouTube. I listen to these affirmations for, like, financials or, like, relationships, money. You know, everything, like, a person could desire, they want to increase in their life. And then I try to, like, get up, just move around. Then I go outside. Probably outside for, like, an hour, just walking around or running or just, you know, connected with nature. And then listen to some music, and then I mean, by then I usually have, like, lately I've been eating, like, kale and eggs, and
nice.
just like water, and then from the farmer's market. But
that's
my morning so far.
That's
and then man, everything come to me. I don't even have to try.
That's powerful. Seriously.
Yeah, so that's what my morning usually looks like. Like, what about you, Liv? I'm proud of your progress, by the way.
No, I wanted to take a second to say, like, I have to credit most of my morning routine to Zay right now, because I'm being serious. Like, the thing with the data mode, like, your brain going into that, because I would wake up and I would start to respond to, like, the immediate things, and then, like I've said before, I'd get stuck. Like I'd start responding, and then pretty soon I'd get lost in, like, answering things and then emails, and an hour passes and I'm still on my phone and I haven't gotten out of bed to start my day, and I just didn't like how that was going. So Zay was like, you need to spend some time, like, getting your head straight before you get into work. And I really, like, took that to heart. So I think I should start with, like, right when I go to bed, I listen to sound waves. And they're either for, like, financial freedom, relationships, anxiety, different things like that. Like, when I lay down at night, I don't look at my phone. I put it down, and I just have the YouTube video playing of the financial sound waves that I'm listening to. And it's, like, 45 minutes long, and it puts me to sleep. And that's what I listen to.
That is relaxing.
And it's, like, very peaceful. And as I'm doing that, I'm just talking to like God. I'm just going over my day. It helps me to kind of remember what happened each day, so the days aren't so foggy. It helps me to release kind of like things that may have been bothering me. And then when I wake up, I'm trying to like condense my morning, because I feel like my morning routine is kind of a long, but like I'll wake up, I will have, first things first, half your body weight body weight in ounces of water. Like my number one tip, like I don't know why, it's just like I feel better throughout the day when I do it. So I'll do that, and then I'm trying to think what's next. I'll read. Right now I'm reading Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis, one of my favorite authors. I'll read a chapter from her, and then every day I write in my journal. And this journal is also by her, and basically you're writing your dreams down as if they've already happened. So you're manifesting your dreams and basically triggering your brain to tell them that they happened. So instead of wondering how, your brain's figuring out like what's next to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So after I do that, then I'll just kind of get into my morning, start my emails, whatever content I have to do that day. But really focusing on those like key things from when I go to bed until I kind of start my day, like straight game changer. Like,
woo!
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of game right there, y'all. And that's why I wanted us all to say it, because like everybody's is like different, but ultimately I feel like for successful people, like it's kind of one and the same. You kind of just mimic or take small pieces, and you know, it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but no, I love all of those, man.
Yeah,
all of those.
I like the affirmations from you and the manifestation from you.
Yeah.
So that's two things that I'm definitely going to apply
Yes.
to my morning
in your own
routine,
way,
too.
put it in there. Yeah.
I think one thing I definitely want to be better on is like nutrition. Like I definitely like this up. Every time you know how we get down, we be together.
Yeah.
You put me on game. Not gonna lie, get me right with the nutrition. So that's definitely something I want to be more consistent with, like my nutrition, just waking up. So you know, because I'm terrible with eating. So like even like just having that constant like meal replacement, or like I just do better with liquids, I feel like, more than just eating all the time. So
it's simpler in the morning.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what I do. I start my day every day with a shake and like a tea and like a green shot with like my stuff in it for the day.
Good
and
supplements.
I'll work out 30 minutes, stretch. I feel like that's a huge thing too that people don't really pay attention to.
The body.
Yeah.
I'm
telling you, like it's a game changer too. Like yoga, as silly as it sounds, man or woman, like it is so important.
And it's hard.
It's hard, yeah.
Facts.
A little side story. If you're lazy and you don't want to do real yoga, try yoga nidra. It's literally you lay on the floor like you're sleeping, and that's the entire thing. Wow. And I knocked out for an hour and a half in my room taking a thing online, like a yoga class on YouTube.
How you feel when you got up?
Good as hell.
Man.
Good as hell. I was amazing. It was the best thing I've ever done. So you need to try that.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
And in touch with the body.
Yeah.
The body.
Exactly.
I like that a lot, actually. I tried some yoga one day, and my buddy walked in the room, and he like opened the door and shut it really fast. I was like, I'm trying. All right, whatever it is, what it is. But no, you ever tried that hot yoga?
Yeah.
That's the move. I gotta go to that.
What's that, like in a steamy room or something?
It's like, what would you say the temperature is? Like between 90 and 100 degrees, maybe?
Honestly, I haven't tried it yet.
You haven't tried it?
No, I need to try it.
Okay, I went once, and I'd say it was probably like 95 degrees.
Right, so bring some water.
But it's like, it's
in a room, it's like, the lights are down, it's like steamy, it's hot as hell, and you're just doing yoga. It's hard. It's not a joke, but it's
real
definitely
high intensity.
Yeah, there's hot Pilates too. I don't recommend that if you're like really.
Is that too much?
That's like you're straight up like doing a HIIT workout.
Okay.
In that.
I need that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need that.
Yeah.
I'm high intensity.
Yeah, I like that at the gym. I'm more of a go to the gym and listen to my music and be in the air conditioning type thing.
I feel that. Relax when I want to relax.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sick because at my old apartment we had a gym, but like now I pretty much just settling for outside.
Yeah,
just running around
it's
outside.
peaceful to work out outside in a way though. You get some fresh air. I feel like.
Then I hit that fresh AC.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
73 degrees.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Need it. Here's I'll dive into another question here. Which one you guys want? Should we go this one or this one?
Whichever one you want.
So we got Haley Fitzgerald, and we won't talk your heads off too long, but we got Haley Fitzgerald from Olivia's Instagram, mental health, social media, your routines you swear by, experience with creating that, And we just touched, the routines part, so we'll just dive straight into social media. We'll go, we'll hop on live with that.
Yeah.
Like I said, like coming from January to where, you're kind of ready for school, and then to like now, 6 months later, and you're like, you can literally, what you can do off of just consulting somebody on how to build up their branding. Like, talk about that.
So honestly, like, I'm going to start from January. Like, I had no background in anything in social media besides, like, just using it like everyone else does normally. Like, obviously, I had Instagram and Facebook and things like that, and posted when I went somewhere once in a while, and that was about it. And to be completely honest with you, having a, like, fashion blog, kind of fashion page on Instagram was something I had always wanted to do. I actually did it maybe 2 years back, and I deleted it because I got nervous, and I was like, I don't even know, maybe 3 or 4 followers. Like, I wasn't my personal page. I made a new account, and I was like, yeah, I can't do this. So fast forward, the school situation happened. I don't really know where I'm going with my life. My mom looks at me, and she's like, is that even what you wanted to be doing? And I literally, like, bawled my eyes out right then and there, because it just, like, hit me like, whoa, like, that was not at all it. And right after, she goes, what about that, like, page you started, like, on Insta? Like, she just, like, mentioned it, and I swear to you, that moment right there, just, like, it was, like, history. It was, like, right then and there, I was like, okay. I went home, and I was like, what can I do to start transforming my social media? And immediately, I turned to the internet. And that's one thing, like, I want people to know, like, anything you need to know is out there and available for free on the internet right now.
Man.
Like, it's literally out there on a YouTube tutorial, or go on TikTok. You can find a tutorial of how to do things right now. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'll learn how to do things on social media, how to post a story or change font from a TikTok tutorial sometimes. So it's like, educate yourself in ways that you're already spending your time. If you find a thing on social media of somebody who's kind of doing something you're interested in, take note of that. Start watching what they're doing. Pretty soon you're going to start picking up on some stuff. I started listening to something called the Influencer Podcast by Julie Solomon, it was called. And between that and just kind of doing my research, I started implementing some hashtags into my pictures. I started tagging some repost pages, and then I just slowly every day started building my content. And like he said, like, it was scary for me to start posting every single day, because it's like, people take that as like you're full of yourself, and that's not it. It's more you're trying to build up what you're doing because you need to have content. So for me, it was difficult because what I do, it's people are seeing my face all the time, and they're seeing like it's a picture of me. So trying to show them like, hey, yeah, it's me, but this is about you guys. Like, it's been a challenging process. So throughout all of the time I've been doing this, and I do photo shoots and things like that, social media has led me to so many different things, and one of which was a Facebook group I joined that basically got me the internship that I have now, and a partnership I'm starting with a wholesale company that I'm building with a lady from Bangladesh right now. So that's my number one tip when it comes to social media, is use what's already out there. Join Facebook groups, listen to podcasts, take note on people that are doing what you want to be doing, because I'm telling you, from observing, you will learn so much more than you even realize. I don't have a degree in social media, and I probably built my followers from like 1,000 to 5,500 in like 6 months, and and it baffles me when I look at it and I look at the growth.
What do you think is like the key thing you might have,
the key thing that I added? I would say being consistent and being authentic is something that always, because one thing I will notice is a lot of people try to mimic others in order to find the success that they already have. And it's like, like, use bits and pieces that maybe will help you, but you have to be authentic at the end of the day, because people are buying into you. So I don't know. That's my number one thing, I feel like.
I mess with that heavy, honestly. And especially when she just said authenticity. Because the world doesn't need another version of somebody that already has. They need the best version of you. So, and real quick, for these young queens that want to post on social media more, but, obviously for women, they sometimes are a little bit more self-conscious.
Let me just talk real quick.
Hit it for us.
Post whatever the hell you want to damn post. I don't care if it's a bathing suit picture. I don't care if it's an old picture of you as a kid, or if it's you singing. I've literally danced on Instagram stories, because that's how much I don't give a shit. If it brings you joy, then do it. That's how I look at it. Like, do not think about like who from high school or who from wherever is going to be talking about whatever you're posting, because at the end of the day, they're paying attention to what you're doing. So who cares? You should just be doing what makes you happy.
Right.
And at the end of the day, like, don't be scared of other people's opinions, because other people's opinions are just a reflection of how they feel about themselves.
Oh man, that's tough.
That's what I gotta say
tough.
on that.
No, that authenticity part is so on point, because it's like you can't. Like I think I listened to 50 Cent's book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, but like your biggest asset is literally like yourself, being yourself. Like you need to focus on like drawing in your audience and like what makes you unique. It's just like you said, like I feel like when people just be themselves, like people already like you for you. Like they're already following you because, you know, I know you, like, you know, I like you, but like when you do something unique or you just tap into like believing in something on yourself, like that's how you do it. You know, you don't, and I mean, it may be something what somebody else already does, or maybe you just find a lane that literally nobody's doing, but you have to find like to be a star, you have to be unique in some kind of way.
Yes.
You have to, like, you're not going to stand out just doing the same thing as everybody else. And even if you are, just got to find that unique quality, you know, to just what makes you different. So Liv, like that was, I love that, man.
Thank you.
A lot of lessons, a lot of gems right there.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely.
Jeff, can you piggyback into like your experience with social media?
Hard to follow that.
And you got a good following too, bro. Like you got more followers than me. Like so I mean, like
how did you do it? Yeah, like what were some of your steps in doing that?
So for me, like you said, consistency. And just once I was able to tap into my authentic self, like you said, that's when things started to switch. I stopped trying to be like everybody else, and I just did my thing. And what really helped for me was my stories. Because on my stories, I literally just do what I'm doing in my everyday life.
Yeah.
I just have it documented.
Yeah.
You know, and then I talk with people. I'll put polls up. I'll ask questions. And even if I get one question, sweet.
Yeah.
If I get 20 questions, sweet.
Yeah.
If I get no questions, sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Less work for me then.
Yeah. So for me, you know, it was just more stories and talking to people and commenting on their post. And, you know, what really helped me also, which, guys, peep game, okay? When I'm talking to girls, I'm not sliding in DMs.
Right. Giving them some,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Like, I'm being professional and I'm letting girls know, like, hey, like, I have a love for you, but I'm not in love with you.
Right. No, it's a difference. It's a
important.
difference.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
So I'm not. It's just being myself. If you were the same way as if you were right here in front of me.
Right. And we've done it. We've been there. We would have to the videos and got money.
High school Jeff was completely different.
It's a process.
So,
it's a process.
But yeah, that's for me. That's what, you know, my social media pretty much consists of.
No, for sure. I think people just don't realize, even like, because I've even seen people who have like 800 followers, 900 followers or less, and like they'll post and still get over like 200 likes,
like the
hella
engagement's
comments.
there.
It's truly about like your audience, you know, attracting that authentic audience that vibes with you. Because I feel like it's taken me a while, but like the more I've just hopped on there and kind of just typed a song, like my heart really, like, not to be cliche, but just type like really literally though, like what I'm feeling, instead of like always trying to think of the most clever or flexiest caption or the most.
Yeah, that's the perfect point though.
Literally, it's taken me about a year, but like now I'm to the point to where like I just throw something up on there. It is mostly business, not a lot of personal, but you know, that's just my audience at this point. Like, I feel like, you know, we have our each individuals. Like, I really look to you for nutrition and fitness. Like, you feel like my coach. You know, Liv is literally an influencer with the fashion, and of course, you know, I do the merch and stuff. So it's like, you all, like, it doesn't matter what you do, and you know, you just gotta be unique at it, literally, and you know, find your audience, find a way to draw them in, because I feel like we all, in, you know, our own way, kind of kill it. So it's possible for anyone, honestly, really is. But just even to piggyback on that with like the mental health part, like what are some things you guys do to just even like, you know, to wrap it up, like what do you do to even like take care of yourself and not let it get to you or overdo yourself on the just being locked into your phone all day, because it's a real thing.
Yeah, I'll just share one thing that I do, like just one quick tip that I always share with stuff. Like I struggle with really bad anxiety, and I find that when I'm on my phone and doing stuff like that all day, like I am pretty anxious by the end of the day. Like I'm going to be completely honest, like after working and being on my phone all day long, it's draining. So one thing I do is I call it like grounding myself. And like when I start to feel like I'm panicking or I'm not feeling like in a good headspace, I pay attention. It's like something I read somewhere. You pay attention to your 5 senses, and it's like you focus on one thing you can see, one thing you can hear, one thing you can taste, and so on. And in between each one, like you just take a deep breath, and by the end of it all, it's like your head's just kind of clear. And that's like my one thing that I always share on mental health that's like been a game changer for me, because I have anxiety and things like that. So I highly recommend it for anyone who struggles with that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I like that a lot, actually.
It's very helpful, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, for me, a lot of my mental health comes from my morning routine. But something else that I'll touch on that I do is I'm a big giver. And I feel so great when I give. So what I'll do is if I'm feeling down, or if I'm like, man, what am I doing? I'm bored. You know, bored. What's that word? Boredism or whatever? Boredom. There you go. I'm just like, ism at the end. Just sounds smart, you know?
Hey.
That's on Jeffism. But that stuff can all lead to negative thoughts and all that. So, you know, maybe I'll play something inspirational in the background, but I like to give. So I'll go out and give a free workout. Call a buddy, hey, you want to go out to eat? Pay for the food. So anything small. Giving, anything you give, you don't have to be somebody that, you know, builds a school. You can give in so many different shapes and form. Your time is the most valuable asset. So I like to give. That helps my mental health.
I want to keep you right there too, because just to touch on something real quick, like when I read In the Game of Life and How to Play It, like if you want a way to like open up like financials, being like just having a little bit more financial freedom or attracting finances, like sometimes giving and spending money just in open faith, no stress, no expectancy, like you open the channel, this receiving channel to come right back to you. I'm telling you, I've done it plenty of times, spending money at the farmer's market, buying from other people's websites or this or that, and you truly like telling you, like you receive like tenfold. So that I feel like that's why you're so blessed too, Jeff, because you give so effortlessly and just so selflessly, and you know that. I know, you know, in some kind of way you're getting some fulfillment back, and even the universe is blessing you in another way. So just solid on that. Solid.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I honestly, I'm gonna be real. One way I, you know, regulate my mental health, D&D, do not disturb. I turn my phone on do not disturb, and like honestly just kind of filter through. But really, like Jeff said, like I tie in like a lot of my morning routine to just set the tone for the day and how I'm even interact with my phone. Sometimes just putting your phone down in general, like just realize like there's real life, you know what I mean? You could just go through and enjoy a day without literally being tagged in. Like sometimes I just go to my uncle's house and chill. So it's a lot of different ways I feel like you can control it, but we all know, you know what I mean, what we need to be doing, you know, as far as like with social media and our phone. Just put it down. Restrict yourself. Because some weeks I'll be at 9 to 10 hours of screen time per day, and that's woo,
sometimes I look at it and I want to puke.
I'll be like, man, this is sick.
It gives you that little pop-up, like your screen time this week, and I'm like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't even look at that number anymore.
100%.
Yeah.
There was another question on here. I know we all are still similarly like in that kind of range. Like, you guys want to touch on that one?
Yeah, for sure.
This came from
before you get into that question. My battery is 0.5% right now.
Okay.
So
we're just I was even thinking we could wrap it up.
This is the last one, isn't it?
We got because I don't think that's. I don't know.
We can save that for a different.
Yeah, we can save that for like the next one.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Last question, and appreciate you guys if you still tuned in listening. This came from, I believe, Jeff's Instagram. If I'm not making enough money from my business, should I go back to 9 to 5? That is that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a really good question. I'll just give my piece real quick. I'll pass the floor off to you guys. In my experience, like you should keep it long, and like you should be using your 9 to 5 to fuel your business or side hustle or whatever. You know what I mean? And really scale it. So I'm honestly still learning with that. I just took that leap myself. So I don't feel all the way comfortable like telling somebody, how to move on it, because I'm still a student. I haven't mastered anything yet, but I just feel like you need to keep that for as long as you can keep your business sustainable, until like you literally know like you have enough money saved and generating to where you don't even have to depend on your checks, really. So it's different for everybody. I feel like a big part of that is also controlling and keeping your monthly expenses low.
Yes.
But how about you guys? Like, what's your experience with like regulating?
You want to touch on it?
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same type of thing. I just recently kind of quit my 9-to-5 type thing. I was working for my family, and I had to make the leap of kind of just doing this because it got to a point where I was like, I'm too busy and I need to pour myself into doing what I love. And for me, like, my thing with it is like, you just need to do what brings you joy. I know obviously money is important, and that's why when I say like, instead of going back to your 9-to-5, I look at it as like, have multiple streams of income. That's my number one tip of advice. Don't have one way to make money. Like, there's like 6 different things I do right now to make income. I don't even know at this point.
Big
like
facts.
Multiple things. But
Big
that's my number one tip is like, 9-to-5 limits you to like, what are you going to get at the end of the year, your certain salary, when as running your own business, yeah, it's going to be scary and there's going to be rough times and you're going to have to learn to budget yourself. I keep track of all my finances, but at the same time, there's no cap on the money that you can be making. And that's how I look at it. I'm not looking at it as what I'm not getting. I'm looking at it as where I'm going with it. So that's my kind of tip with it. Yeah.
Mindset. That's especially that multiple streams of income.
That's key.
When you got that, that's when you know you straight, because you can either you got all these things sustaining you, or you can just tap into whatever. It's everybody. It's possible for sure. It's possible. What about you, Jeff? Hop into
Absolutely, and I like that because the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. So I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying,
that's good to know.
Absolutely. So I'm the same way. It's like, when I first started doing what I was doing, I was like, I'm gonna go full out and give it my everything. But here's the thing is, I wasn't going full out, and I wasn't giving it my everything. I was sleeping in because I didn't have anyone to check into. So having that 9-to-5 helped me create a schedule, and it helped me look at people without a dollar sign in my face. And I think when you can look at somebody and help them because you truly want to help them, and that's why you're doing it, other than, if they order this or if they do this, I'll get this much amount of them. Because people can tell the fake energy.
Oh, 100%.
So get the bag. Get the bag with your 9-to-5, but create your schedule, and your real work starts after 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock whenever you get off, and just stay focused and keep your why strong and your purpose strong, and you could go really far with it. Honestly,
you gotta fall in love with the grind. You gotta for real. That's what, like you said, that real work starts after work, and it take you about. I'm not gonna lie, it might take you about a year, but after you get the ball rolling, you're like, I feel good. Just maybe taking some hours back from work. I feel, because I'm not gonna lie, like I would still do something part time, just on like the week or whatever. It's not about, what I mean, just not having to go back to 9-to-5, but it's more so just having control. When like, if you like that job, you can work it, but I'll just work it the weekend. Like I don't need to be there all week. Like I like seeing my coworkers maybe just on the weekend. So it's truly about like freedom. I feel like that's what we all want, end of the day. The freedom to do, see, be around whoever we want, spend, whatever, but comes with responsibility, comes with sacrifice, but very possible.
For sure.
Very possible for us all.
Absolutely.
Well, shout out to our audio and video
DJ Big Mike.
engineer, Big
Is that
Mike.
what you call him?
That's his name
Big
on
Mike.
stuff.
Big Mike lives significant other.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you, bro.
You.
And
your talents and your hard work. Thank you, bro.
Hey, this is TCF Radio. We got Liv, we got Jeff. We are out. Peace.
Peace.
That was good, guys.